This is bad, bro. This is bad. This is something, as you guys see the title, it's equally as bad, and it's not acceptable to do these things, but it's equally as bad as women using men for their own selfish needs and desires, whether they use men financially or whatever ways you could think where they can benefit. So I think the reason stuff like this is happening today, and the reason a lot of men are using women for S3X and then ghosting, is because those men have been through that, where they invested, they did those things, they took care of a woman and they got betrayed. So things like that are happening today in this world. It's like a free-for-all out there between men and women, and there's gender wars going on and all this other stuff. These are the things that you guys see happening in the world today, which I don't recommend, because we need each other as men and women. We need to have better families. The family dynamics, for the most part, even the people that choose to have families, a lot of them are messing it up. A lot of people's messed up. A lot of stuff is toxic. People don't want to do the work. It's all about using. So nothing is acceptable here. Men using women for S3X, unacceptable. Women using different men for resources and then betraying, unacceptable. But it's what you see happening. If you guys have yourself a partner, you might want to make sure you're on the same page to prevent these things from happening, because things happen. It's a cold world, and you could be betrayed by any of these women that are out here, or for you women, any of these men that are out here, you could be betrayed. Which is why I just said you want to make sure you are on the right page, on the same page with your partner. You want to have deep conversations, you want to communicate, you want to make sure you both want the same things. And it's not that hard to tell, bro. Like, someone's real intentions, if you spend even a little amount of time around them, it's not that hard. It's not that hard if you're a man to scope out if a woman's just using you for money or whatever else, and she don't really like you, because it's going to show. Her actions are going to show that. It's just that some of you let that stuff happen, which to me is crazy. You know things are off, you know things ain't right, but you still let that stuff happen, and it's completely insane. So because of these things, there's a lot of men today choosing to stay single. They're choosing to go out there to get their needs met, and their needs only. And this is only creating a much worse society. This is only creating more trust issues between men and women. And I just think both genders are getting sick of each other's BS. And everyone's just out to get one another, because that's what they're doing. Like, the good people's getting screwed. That's why the good people in this world is getting screwed, because someone is out to get someone for something. So what it's going to take is two solid people who stay patient, come together, talk about things, talk about life, not just with words, but with action, to come out on top, to have a solid family dynamic, to do the things on your end as a man that you need to do. She needs to do things on her end as a woman that she needs to do, because that is the only way. like I said, it's not rare that these things of what I'm speaking of in this video are happening. It's not rare that men are using women for S3X only. Get what they want and run. Get what they want and run. Get what they want and run. They don't want to deal with the problems. They don't want to deal with the issues, so they're just gone. And usually those are the men that got screwed over when they overinvested. So if you overinvest and you feel you didn't get enough of what you want, those men are going to run elsewhere to get what they want and then run themselves. This is going to be a continuation of things where somebody got robbed. So whoever gets robbed usually seeks vengeance, usually goes after somebody and takes it out on somebody else that's like a good person, and it's messed up because they can turn that good person into a complete monster who's going to go on to do crazy things as well. Like in the past, there's in certain ways I got screwed over, but I never seeked vengeance. I just took the L like a man, as you should, because it's not going to do you any good, and it's not going to fulfill you to go out there into the world to start running through people, to start running over people, to start taking out your problems that were created on other people. You just deal with your problems. You face your problems with a support system around you or none. A lot of men don't have a support system, so sometimes you have to be your own support system. That is the tail end for so many men, including myself. That is the way it was. But it's up to you to do the work. It's up to you to come out on top. And that's the way it has to be. It is a cold world out there, bro. You guys damn well know it is. So if you stay patient enough, I'm telling you guys full well, you can create a good life for yourself and your family and your loved ones. And that's the goal. The goal is to not selfishly just get what you want and run, because you're going to have to continue to live that stupid life. And all you're doing is hurting everybody else while getting what you want. You're hurting other people by getting what you want. People have become so manipulative, they don't even know they're being manipulative. They're just so used to putting on an act to get what they want, and they just keep navigating through life putting on an act to get what they want, and they get what they want, and they're gone, and they just keep doing it. And it's ridiculous. They don't want to change as humans. They don't want to do the work. They don't want to have to get better. They don't want to go through all of that stuff to improve for one person. They would rather use this person and that person and that person and his brother and his sister and whatever the fuck else. That's what you guys see happening today. And it's sad. But unfortunately, this is what the world's come to. All we can do is discuss the events of what is happening and what we can do to not have that happen. But we're not going to stop all of it. But we can talk about this stuff amongst ourselves. We can sit here and chill and talk about this stuff amongst ourselves. So we can be the people that we have to be. And we can be the people that this world wants to see more of. So it comes down to that. It comes down to having patience. Because with patience, you will strike. With no patience, pure greed, running out there, manipulating, getting what you want, it ain't going to get you anywhere. It's gonna leave you empty-handed. You won't gain anything. And you're only turning somebody else cold. So in actuality, this whole process of what happens is ruining people and gaining nothing yourself. It's like a hit of a drug. You're not gaining anything. You're actually doing yourself dirty by even doing something like that in the first place. There's a lot of men taking this route today, bro. They just don't want to deal with women. Women have done what they've done, and men are starting to go against women. Like a lot of them. Most guys you talk to, bro, they're not so fond of women. And I believe what's really happening today is women have a wide selection of men. Somebody might get rewarded, while so many other men get stepped on. What do I mean by this? Women have so many options that some of you were that option. Some of you were that man that was just an option. That's what you were. You were an option. She's with somebody else now, and it's not you. But you invested time and energy into that woman, didn't you? And you're not with her, right? That did something to you. That gave you a bad outlook on women. Women sometimes don't understand what they do to men. Sometimes they don't. The way they view it, let's say, I want to give you guys a woman's perspective. Not from a woman, but a woman's perspective. Let's say I'm a woman, hypothetically. Let's say I talk to 100 men. 100 options. And you pick one. All these people that you just had talking to you, investing into you, like trying to get things going with you. From a woman's perspective, he ain't my boyfriend. He ain't my boyfriend. I never promised him anything. That's how they think, because in their female brain, they were navigating the field. They were navigating the field. They ended up picking the man they wanted, while every other guy came up short. So every single one of these guys feel betrayed, feel abandoned, feel like they made an investment and got nothing. They feel like they got screwed. So what do these men do? They get pissed. They get angry. And they're going after what they want and what they want only. They're no longer going to give all that emotional investment. They're just going to go out and try to get their rocks off. Does this make sense? So even if a woman did lie to certain men, lead certain men on, make it seem like it's going somewhere, and then it didn't, in her brain, he's not my boyfriend. I never promised him anything. Those are the built-in things that they have to come back with to make themselves not look evil. They have a point. There was nothing promised. But as a man, bro, every single time you talk to a woman, you have to know, no matter what you do, no matter how good it looks, it could end anytime. You can't have an expectation from a woman. If you talk to a woman and things go good, things go accordingly, that's perfectly fine. There you go. But if it does not, keep going. You don't have to turn into the next savage. That's going to just damage other women. Just keep it going. You shouldn't feel any different at all. Let that go. This is what the field is. So if you guys are on the field, if you guys have your own options, if you guys have whatever's going on, you cannot take anything personally. Like, you just can't. You absolutely can't. Something beautiful as well is whenever you're that type of dude, when you're that man and you're single and you was him, bro, use him. Your value's high. You got a lot of good shit going for you. You're a great candidate for a man. It's going to be that way for you. There's going to be many women that's going to get hella frustrated because you didn't pick them. You picked the one that you wanted. So a bunch of others, they're going to get their panties in a knot. And that's just the way life goes. You're probably going to reject and turn down and just shy away from a bunch of women. But you're going to pick the one you want, and that's how it goes. So it's not just men that get screwed. It's both men and women that get screwed in different ways. And I hope you guys understand. Literally, guys, when you guys are playing that field today, for the men and women, I mean, you're on the field. Nothing is guaranteed until you're actually with somebody. With. Then you can get upset if you get betrayed. Then you can get upset if something tragic happens and you feel betrayed. If you actually did get betrayed. Then you can feel some type of way, but even then, bro, take the L, keep it pushing. Even the ladies, something happens, keep it pushing. There's no point in getting revenge. There's no point in seeking it. Just learn from the experience you went through and keep it pushing. Just learn and get better. But it seems like today, things are not this simple anymore. People get so upset over even the littlest things. The girl that you were talking to that you wanted doesn't want to talk anymore, or she's just not talking anymore, and men just go off the rails, bro. Like, it can't be happening. And you can't take it personal. That's something that you cannot do, is take that personal. Like, bro, you could be 10 times better than she is, and that could happen. Like, you just cannot take it personal. If you're really that good, bro, go on out there and do better anyways. You know what I'm saying? Like, it will happen if you actually are. So, when you guys are playing the field, bro, all is fair in love and war. Nothing is official until it's official. Nothing's for sure until you and her both know that, yeah, things are like that. You guys are together. You guys are it. Nobody else is involved. You make sure of it. You reassure each other of it. That's when things are going to get more serious. But until then, you can never think you have her when you're on the field. Doesn't matter how much interest she shows back, that could end on any single day. So just be cautious of that. This is what it's like when you're on the field. You just got to make sure that you're the top dude on the field, because then things is going to go your way. That's what patience is for. That is what patience is for, my friend. And patience pays off. In every way you could imagine. Making investments, patience pays off. Having patience with women, it pays off. Being patient on buying a home, it will pay off. It paid off for me. I wasn't so fast to just, as soon as I had money, just throw it at something. I stayed patient. I had the money for a while. I was ready. I wanted what I wanted, and I got what I wanted. You get what you want when you're patient. You get what you want when you're disciplined. You get what you want when you're willing to work for it and have that patience. It will come. And being very impatient, like men running around, just getting what they want, just getting their rocks off, just going around and having S3X with a bunch of women because they're trying to get their needs met, it does not pay off. It does not pay off. So you guys got to wake up to this reality. Have some discipline, because people in the world today, guys, that are disciplined all over the world, they are the ones that are winning. They are the ones that are cashing out. They are the ones that have the life that you want to live, because they have a certain amount of discipline. that you just simply don't. I hope you guys understand this. It's not about revenge. It's not about getting weak and getting back at somebody. It's not about any of that. It's about being able to take an L. It's about being able to bounce back. It's about being able to learn from the L you've taken and bouncing back. And it's about winning in the long haul. That is what matters in this one life we have. But anyways, guys, that is the video for this evening. I'll see y'all in the next. God willing, God bless, and we'll see y'all at the top.